Hi everyone, welcome back to Java 1 for All. In this video, we are going to talk about the thread states. Just a quick recap, because threads can be a little complicated to understand. In the previous video, we saw that we have here multiple threads being executed. But just to be sure that you understood what's happening, imagine like a runner, a marathon runner. The marathon runner is called, in this case here, main, is the main thread. Every time we start the main method, we have this runner, that's this worker thread called main. So the worker thread will start executing each line one by one, sequentially, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it will create these objects. And then when we get to this point, the main thread will basically hit, imagine that hitting the shoulder, say, hey, thread 1 start running, thread 2 start running, thread 3 start running, thread 4 start running as well. So basically, the main thread will just keep executing and it will not wait for them. If we add like one println getting the thread name here, and you execute this code, you will see that right at the beginning, so we have the methods being executed, but look at this. So this is basically at the end of this main method. So technically, after this, probably the main thread is dead. Is one of the states of the thread is dead. It means that the main thread did all its work and then it finished, but the other threads are still in execution. So the one responsible for deciding if the thread should run, should stop or not, is called scheduler. So even though the main thread is running here and say thread 1 start, thread 2 start, just giving the signal, the scheduler will actually be the one who decides, hey, you should start, you should wait, or you should continue. If we come here, these are the states of the thread. So we have new. New is when we are creating a new thread. So here we have the states of these 4 threads as new. And then after new, we have runnable. So when we hit start, we have the runnable state. It doesn't mean that it will start immediately. So for example, when we take a look at this code, you have threads 0 and 3 running basically immediately, but we don't have thread 2 yet. So thread 2 is in runnable state, but it didn't start yet. So when the thread is in runnable state, it can go to running, and then from running, it can possibly go to 2 different places. One, blocked, and another one, go back to runnable. For example, what does it mean that a thread can be blocked? Imagine, for example, that the thread is waiting for another process. So, or maybe the thread is sleeping, something that we can do by ourselves. So the thread can have these states, but these states is important for you to know that no other thread can tell the other thread to change the state to blocked or to sleep. Is always a decision of the thread itself. So if the thread is sleeping, it's because the thread itself triggered the sleep, and the scheduler is the one responsible for saying, hey, you should wake up, and then after the thread is in a wake state, it comes back to runnable. So it does not come back directly from blocked to running, it comes back to runnable, and then the scheduler is going to decide if it should start running again. So it's always the scheduler that decides the turns that the threads can be. That's why we always have different results. And after a thread is dead, there is no way for you to start again. And actually, you cannot start the thread twice. If you try Ctrl Shift F10, you will notice that we have here illegal thread state exception. Why? Because you cannot start a thread twice. So if the thread is dead, you need to create a new object and then go through the process all over again. So these are the thread states. What's important for you to know is kind of how they work, this sequence. So the thread after the new and runnable doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to start running immediately. And the scheduler is the one deciding if it should stop running, go back to runnable, or for example, send a signal so the thread decides to sleep or wait for another thread. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Let's continue with more code in the next video. Bye.